Hello and welcome to my channel. So I'm back with another story time, and yes, this is a story time. So I hope you guys are excited. I haven't filmed a story time in a while, so I am so excited to sit down and film a story time with you guys. And this story, it's gonna be a story that I have been holding it for so long, and I feel like it is time for me to talk about it. It is time for me to kind of expose some people, and I am not doing it just for me. I'm not doing it because I want to be petty and be like, I'm gonna put blast everybody. No, my intention is because so many other girls like me has been through the same thing, and no one is hearing them out. Not the company. And by the way, we're going to talk about Marshalls. So no one has been heard. I feel like maybe our stories are not the same, but they're pretty similar. I know for a fact there's girls out there that tried so hard to make Marshalls aware of this situation. And I'm not saying that this is every Marshalls, that this is happening to every single Marshalls. No. All I'm saying is that in my specific Marshalls, there is management that shouldn't be there. Maybe here in this platform, finally someone is willing to listen to what we've been through and our experience working at an environment that is just not healthy. I want to talk a little bit more about that. But girl, before I start, I'm going to be drinking throughout my video, and I started drinking already, okay, because I just filmed a video. So I'm gonna be drinking the same thing. I'm gonna take a shot, and I did pour the rest of the tequila in my shot glass. In the last video, I just took one sip, but girl, in this video, I need the whole shot, okay, because it is a roller coaster. So let's get started, okay? But first, salud. This video, I am going to talk about my managers and how they treated me when I was working at Marshalls. I just want to let you know that it's going to be multiple videos, okay? This is just going to be one little snippet of why I quit. You're just gonna have to wait for the other videos to come out, okay? So let's just get started. I don't want to make it too long, so let's just dive right into it, okay? So when COVID hit, of course, a lot of jobs told us, most of our jobs told us that we had to stay home for about 1 week. So 1 week passes, I get a call from Marshalls and they tell me, hey, it's gonna be another week, right? And so another week passes, and then I get another call and she's like, it's gonna be another week. And so another week passes. So finally I get the clear and they tell me, hey, you could go back to work. So when we went back to work, girl, I've mentioned this before. I had videos that I talked about like the new rules that were implemented because of COVID and how a lot of customers did not like those rules at all. One of the rules was that we were closing the store early. So we were closed about 8 o'clock. Girl, at this time, my car was not working. Something was going on with my car and it was not working. So I had to rely on my fiance to take me to work and pick me up. So at this point, I wasn't really sure how it was going to work because COVID, right? So girl, I told my fiance a time. I told him, hey, get here at 8:30, right? Well, girl, we got out at 8:10, like super early, right? And so I got out, like we got out, and I called him and I was like, hey, like we just got out, like are you on your way? And he's like, I am so sorry, like I'm not on my way yet, like can you just wait for me? And I was like, yeah, of course, like I'll wait for you. So yeah, like I had to wait for him, right? And at this point everybody was going to the front and we were walking all together, and every time that we closed, the managers were asked, does everybody have a ride? And every time I would say yes because I had my own car. But now, girl, I didn't have a car. So I was like, no, like I don't have a ride yet. And she looks at me, she's like, okay, like I could stay with you. And this manager, we're gonna call her Prudence. So Prudence tells me, she is one of the managers. So she tells me, I will stay with you, mija. Let me tell you, girl. Let me tell you, I'm gonna get sassy right now because she tells me, I'll stay with you, girl. Like, and I was so apologetic. I was like, I am so sorry. It sucks that you get out early and then you have to wait because some girl forgot to tell her fiance to pick her up early. Like, I know it sucks, okay? So I was apologizing so much. I was like, I am so sorry that you have to stay. I apologize. And her response was like, it's okay, sweetie. No pasa nada. I have nothing to do. Don't worry about it. Super nice, okay? Let me tell you, super nice, saying that it's okay and that don't worry about it. And so, girl, I was like, okay, like she cool, right? She's okay with it. So finally, okay, I am not gonna lie, maybe like 20 minutes later, 25 minutes later, my fiance finally arrives to my job, picks me up, and we leave, and we see her walk to her car and she leaves, right? I get home, all fine, everything's fine. The next day I get to work. I was not going to close that day. That day I worked in the mornings. Every single shift change, they talk in the radio and they kind of give you an update of what's going on. And they talk about, it could be anything, any announcement that they have. I was about to leave. I hear that radio turn on, right? And then I hear Prudence talking on the radio. Tell me why this 40-year-old, she's older than me, okay? Tell me why Prudence starts saying, girls, I need you to have your rights ready. I don't want to be waiting outside for a while. I want to go home, so please make sure that you have your rights ready. Why was she saying that? Why was she saying, tell me. Because what happened yesterday? ¿Qué pasó ayer? Yeah, I forgot to call him, so my ride got there late. So now, because she wants to be petty, right? And she doesn't want to tell me in my face that she was pissed off, right? She tells everybody in the radio. She doesn't say my name. I'll give her that. But she tells everybody in the radio basically saying, Noemi, please have your ride ready porque ya me quiero ir. Basically, she forgot to say my name. Literally, like, and at first, girl, I was like, probably this happens all the time. I'm sure she didn't meant me because she seemed like she was fine with it. She seemed like everything was okie dokie, right? But all of a sudden, she flips. She announces to all of my coworkers that they better have their ride ready because she doesn't want to be waiting. Because of me. Because of me, right? But anyways, like I said, I kind of said, you know what? Maybe she didn't mean it. I'm not going to take it to heart. Just move on. Let's just build a bridge and get over it, right? Like, it's fine. No pasa nada. Well, girl, I want to say maybe a month later. Yeah, I don't think I've talked about this, but before you go to your break, they give you a department that normally a lot of people steal. So they want you to go to that department, check, look around, just check, clean that area up, and then you could go to your break, right? Normally, I check it very well. I go around, I make sure that everything is organized, right? And girl, like I took so long that I ended up going to my break late, and that's another issue, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I will go to my break late, but because I was busy working, I would do this, right? Like I would have to do this, and then I was talking to some of the girls, and yeah, it's my fault for listening to them, but all of the other girls were saying that every time that they checked their departments before they went to break, that they wouldn't really check it. They would just pass through it and just kind of just pass and then leave. A lot of girls, let me tell you, a lot of girls did this. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting in trouble because I'm getting to my break late because I forget that I have to go, and then the time just goes on by and I have to go check my department. So this time, instead of checking well the department that I have to check, I'm just gonna pass through it. Like everybody does it, so it's fine, right? No pasa nada. Pues girl, ahí voy yo checking my departments, and I just kind of passed by it, and I thought everything was fine. I get through my break, I go to my department, and then we closed. That day we closed, so we end up closing the store, cleaning up everything, and then de casualidad, the general manager, we're gonna name him Chuck. So Chuck was closing that night. Okay, and he is the general manager. Also, sometimes we had a guy that would be looking through the camera, seeing if he could just people that steal. So he was preventing that. He was also there that night, right? And it's crazy because I thought that we were cool, right? At the end, when we closed and everybody closed and everything, at the end, Chuck decided to have a meeting. He tells everybody gather around. We're going to have a meeting, a quick 5-minute meeting. We're like, okay, whatever, right? Chuck starts saying that it is very important for this company to prevent from people stealing because, of course, they need the money. It's for the money. And they said it is very important for us to go to our departments and check very, very well the customers and clean that area up. Chuck says that the guy that checks the cameras, I'm not going to give him a name, we're just going to call him Guy. So Chuck says, Guy told me that someone wasn't checking correctly their department and they were just speeding right through it. He tells us that we have to be checking for our departments, that it is very, very important that we check our department and that we're not just speeding right through it. Girl, why is he telling us this? Why do you think? Because I did it. Like I said, everybody else would do it y no nos decían nada. Nadie decía nada. They were always checking the cameras and nadie decía don't speed right through it. No, until who? Until I did it. Until I did it, all of a sudden, it's an issue, okay? Because apparently I'm losing the money because I'm not checking the department correctly. But yet everybody else is doing the same thing and a ellos no le dijeron nada. No. So, girl, I don't know if you see the theme, but they like doing this in where they're telling you something like it's clearly pointed to you, but they don't say your name. They just say someone, a person. You know it's for you. You know it's directed to you, but they're not saying your name. They don't have the to be like, knowing me, you have to check your department correctly. And that's what I didn't like. It's that I get it. I was wrong. I had to check my department. If my manager tells me check your department correctly, then I understand. I have to check it. But please come up to me directly and tell me in my face, hey, you're doing this and this wrong. Don't go in front of everybody and airing everything out just because I did it, because it was my fault. Like, it was their way of humiliating me, okay? It was their way of saying, like, yeah, Noemi, stop doing that. But they wouldn't say it in my face. I had an issue with that because it wasn't just those 2 times. Plenty of times que me hicieron eso. I do have more tea, okay? Definitely it gets even better and even juicier from here. So this is just a quick intro and why I quit Marshall's. So if you're interested, please stay tuned because I'm gonna have more and more videos, and I'm gonna talk more about managers, my ex-managers. But yeah, girl, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, comment, do all the YouTube things for me, please. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.